This must have been a very challenging role to have Jennifer take off her clothes in front of you and spin around.
You start with that one, right?
Yeah.
They all start with that.
Well, it's sort of hard not to, because first of all, I think every man watching it wishes they were you. Every woman is terrified to be Jennifer, because you have to, you get down into your skivvies.
I was terrified to be Jennifer.
Yeah. Was that, I would rather have each fingernail pulled out one by one than to have to do that in real life, much less in a movie.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking. You know it's coming, it's nerve-wracking, you just like, oh, you just have to suck it up.
Yeah. I heard you starved yourself for a few days and had McDonald's waiting for you after the scene.
Absolutely.
You did?
That's right.
So tell me.
So you're running down the stairs with a bag.
Really?
That was in the bag. She went, go away, go away.
So how did you enjoy making this movie, and how did you like working with Jennifer, Jason?
It was terrific. We had a really great director.
Taylor Hackford,
is he's fabulous. So we had a great man at the helm.
It's very violent. I mean, you get beaten up pretty badly in this movie, don't you?
Yes, I do, yes. Yeah.
Just part of the job.
Just part of the job.
And you play this thief, a character from a novel who has been played before in other movies. I think Lee Marvin played him, and also Mel Gibson as well.
Yes, Lee Marvin played him in a movie called Point Blank, and Mel Gibson in a movie called Payback. But Donald Westlake wrote, 24 novels about this character, so comes from a great literary background.
Jennifer, you play a woman who is divorced, who's sort of a struggling real estate agent.
Right.
You actually made this movie when you were going through your own divorce, so was that weird to have sort of art imitating life in that case?
It was kind of perfect, to be quite honest, because I was very in touch with all the emotions. I play a character who's really literally at the worst point of her life. Like you said, she's divorced. In her mind, she's pushing 40. She's,
living with her.
Work is not going well. Living with her mom. And
Patti LuPone, who's so
amazing.
Annoying because she's supposed to be.
Yeah, but she's amazing, and so she's at like the worst point in her life. And at that moment when I was doing the movie, I felt the same way. It was the worst time of my life, going through the divorce with the kids and the whole thing. And so it actually was kind of a blessing in disguise, as these things can be sometimes, to be able to use all those emotions and all those feelings and put them somewhere, because when you have kids and you have to get up every day, and it's so hard to get up when you're feeling that sad. You have to kind of hide it all day at work and hide it in front of the kids, and so to be able to use it in the scenes and really just look like how I felt was great for me.
Yeah. And I know that it's interesting, Jason, because I think there's a lot of chemistry, obviously, between you, but Jennifer is not your love interest. I mean, she doesn't get the guy in the movie, right?
I know. It's very disappointing for me. Taylor wouldn't change that, no matter how I insisted. He said no.
Jason, I think it's so cool. You have such an interesting backstory in terms of how you were discovered. You were selling fake jewelry on the street with your dad.
You don't know this story?
On the streets of
See, I
London.
look at
Is that
jewels
true?
all the time.
So no, tell us about how you were discovered, because it's so crazy.
Yeah, I used to work. There's a big store called Harrods in London.
I'm familiar with it.
Me too.
I used to work outside Harrods with 4 or 5 stooges, sitting on a milk crate with a briefcase selling fake jewelry. And that's how I earned a living ever since I left school. So I did that right up until the point where I met a guy called Guy Ritchie, who was making a movie.
Was Married to Madonna, director, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was making a movie about sort of street hustlers and criminals and crooks, and I kind of fit straight into the shoes of one of the characters. And
That's crazy.
Yeah. And
Isn't that crazy?
So I did an audition, and then that got me the part. And from that was a dozen years ago.
Isn't that weird how you could
Some
be
things
hustling,
are meant to be.
Fake jewelry in front of Harrods, and suddenly, boom, you meet one person and your life changes forever?
Yeah.
I'm in acting class. I'm taking dance classes. I'm going to 55,000 auditions. And he's sitting there selling jewelry, and this guy's like, hey, you want to star in my movie? Yeah.